fellow shnerds, it's Steph, and today we're going to be doing a fun kind of video where I'm going to be trying to recreate Pokemon as outfits. As a disclaimer, I typically do not dress up that much. I'm not a cosplayer. This is going to be very low budget, but it's all just for fun. So I picked 3 Pokemon from kind of the newer generations: Mr. Rime, Sirfetch'd, and Bellibolt. The plan is, if I have time today, I'm gonna try and see if I can go to a thrift store, and I don't know if I'll have time for the dollar store, so that might have to be tomorrow, but we're just gonna try and recreate some outfits and have some fun. See you later. So it's actually a really nice sunny day today, which is why I'm kind of like sitting like this so I'm not fully in the sun. But yeah, after I did my work, I just found the nearest Value Village, and it's actually in a plaza with a Dollarama. That's really nice because I can just go to Value Village and then go to Dollarama and then head on home. Alright, so time for a little voiceover. So we made it to Value Village, got me a cart, and what do you know? I got distracted right away and went to the home decor section. And I found these very cute marble fruit figures. I went to the pants section and saw these blue pants that I thought could potentially work, so I put those in my cart. I went into the sweater section and I was looking for a green hoodie. I found this turquoise hoodie. It was smaller than what I was wanting because I did want a very oversized hoodie, so I just kept looking, but you know, that was a contender. Made my way over to the men's section. I found this dark green sweatshirt, but you know, I really wanted a hoodie. And then I found this Puma one. I went over to the blazer section, was looking to see if I could find a good black blazer, which unfortunately I did not. Then I tried to see if there was any white mittens or a hat for the bowler hat, but unfortunately nothing. It was time to try things on, so I went to the mirror. The first thing is this red sweater, which is not related. I just like it. And then I tried this Puma green hoodie, which I thought would work perfectly. This is everything that I left behind. I just didn't think that any of them were worth getting, to be honest. I only wanted to get things that I would actually wear, so yeah. Then back to the fruit, I kind of set them up to see what they might look like, and I think they're cute. Alright, so I got what I wanted to get at the thrift store, and next stop is Dollarama. I found these white gardening gloves I think I can use in Mr. Rhyme's costume. Unfortunately, they're not mitts, but alas. I also found this water gun, which is kind of shaped like a rod, but it actually extends. So I thought that could be useful for someone's sword. I went over to the winter accessory section, but unfortunately no mittens that would actually fit me. And then I found these funky yellow socks. I picked up a couple of other things that I thought would be useful for the costumes, and then of course the poster paper. I got what I needed, so it was time to head home. Alrighty, so it is the next day, and I'm just gonna start by doing a little haul of the things that I got. So from the thrift store, Value Village, I got 2 clothing pieces, and only one of them is actually for this video. The other one I just got for personal use. I did end up finding a big green hoodie, which is what I wanted for my Bellibolt fit. It does have the white line, but that's okay. And then this big logo here, it's from Puma. I am gonna cover up with the belly of the Bellibolt. I specifically wanted to get a hoodie so that I could put his face on the hood and wear the hood, and then also the fake eyes on the sides of the hood. And then the other personal thing I got was this beautiful red sweater. I'm so happy about this because I don't own any red sweaters and not many red tops. This one is from Calvin Klein Jeans, and yeah, I'm just happy with this purchase because it's so beautiful. Apart from that, I did get super distracted in the home decor section, so I actually did end up getting the marble fruit. Yeah, so I found these marble fruit figures, and they just make me really happy. So the next place I went was Rime, and I got a bunch of stuff from there. I got this water gun toy thing. The idea is that this is gonna be the sword for Sirfetch'd, and because it's a water gun, it does expand. So I'm just going to open this up. Ooh. All right, so it expands pretty long, and I like how it's got this little dinosaur, but yeah, this can be the bulb, like the handle, I think. And then I'm just gonna cover it with some poster paper so that it looks like the green onion. I got some styrofoam balls, so I got this size. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to use these for the fake eyes on Bellibolt. If not, then I can always use these another time. And then I got this bigger styrofoam ball for Mr. Rhyme's nose on his tux. I thought this would be a better size. And then I got this, they're called foam rings, so styrofoam. And the idea is to use this for Bellibolt's belly. My plan is to see if I can make his belly a little more functional by adding some kind of light source to the middle. That's the idea, but we'll see if it actually works. So that's why I got these. I got these party hats. They do have the tassels on the top, but I'm just gonna take those off. And I'm gonna see if I can use one of them to make a beak for Sirfetch'd. I couldn't find mitts, but I found these white gardening gloves. I feel like I didn't need to get this, but they just look so cozy and they're so soft and fluffy. And I am a sucker for fuzzy socks, but I've never had any socks that are this thick and fluffy. So I think the plan was to use this as Mr. Rhyme's feet because he's got these big light blue clown-like shoes, so I thought this fit the vibe. Yeah, honestly, maybe I just wanted to get these for myself. I wasn't able to find plain yellow socks, but I did find these funky dog socks, and I feel like this is the best I could do with finding yellow socks on a budget, so these will have to do. I realized after the fact that I didn't really think about Bellibolt's feet because they're this orange color. So I might just wear those yellow socks again. And then I just got a pack of construction paper. I don't know how much of it I'll use on this outfits video. I can definitely use this again for other videos or ideas. And then I do have some big tubes of acrylic paint in sort of the primary colors, but they're really old and I wasn't sure how much I had left and it was still paintable, usable. So I just got some cheap acrylic paint from the dollar store just in case, in the colors that I thought I would need. Red, yellow, black, and white. Oh, and then of course I got a bunch of poster paper. I got a bunch of the white poster paper, and I got one dark green, one black light green, which is more like this lime green. It's so bright. And then one yellow. So yeah. So here's another look at what I got from the dollar store, and then the hoodie and the sweater. And then I wasn't able to find a hat, but what I'm gonna use instead is one of my bucket hats. And if I flip up the rim, it kind of gives a similar vibe. I have these, they're a lighter blue, but you know, blue nonetheless pants, and this blazer to use for Mr. Rhyme's costume. Let's just get into it. I am gonna just do stuff on the floor in my living room space. And I think the plan is to start with painting stuff because that's gonna take time to dry. I think I'll start with the easy thing and just paint this ball red. I also have these small cups, so I'm just gonna get some water so that I can wash my brushes a little bit. You know, doing these types of crafty stuff is so much fun. I feel like I haven't done a lot of crafty things in the past few years, being so busy with like adulting, getting married, working. And as somebody who I truly do believe I have a creative passion to create, it's been so good just getting to make things again, whether it's videos or I don't know, just using my creativity. And it reminds me of being a kid again, which is great. This red is supposed to be a Christmas red, and I feel like it matches Mr. Rhyme's button nose. Looking red, I feel like it definitely would look better with another coat once it's dried. Getting paint on my fingies, but I do have an idea to make this not roll away. Okay, so my idea is to use another cup and then have it balance on top of the cup. Perfect. Okay, so now that's not gonna go anywhere. While I let the red paint dry, the other thing for sure I'm gonna have to paint is the gray belly and the styrofoam rings. So my plan is to look at my sweater and see how big I need to make the belly. So I think we're just gonna go for it. Let me look at the picture again. Yeah, he's got a big belly. So a big round belly. Okay, so that's not a perfect circle, but it's pretty rotund. I feel like I can always cut this even after I paint it, so I am just gonna go ahead and paint that. So this time I need gray, so I'm just gonna mix some black and white, a bunch of white, and then just a little bit of black. I feel like this is not a bad color. Kind of looks like my sweatpants. Did anyone else used to watch a lot of DIY YouTube channels? Because I definitely did. And then I feel like, I don't know if it's because I stopped watching DIY stuff or people stopped making them. But yeah, that was a time. Just spread it out. Okay, so I finished my first coat of the gray. It's drying well. I did the other side of my red ball and it's almost dried. Yeah, so now we've got a red ball. I will probably do a second coat. Whoops, got it right on my... And then I got out the styrofoam rings. And they were actually all separated, so I just used some hot glue gun to kind of attach them together. And I started cutting out some parts for Bellibolt's details that I will have to paint orange. So let's just keep going with the painting. I'm gonna paint the ring next. This really takes me back to like being in school with all the art projects or even regular projects that I would make into art projects somehow. Hello.
Hello.
I'm filming. Alright, so I think I'm gonna let this dry and then paint the other side. Got one of the party hats and I took the tassels off. And I think this will make right here. I feel like this will make a nice little beak. And I'm thinking I'll just paint it yellow instead of putting paper over it. Okay, so we're just gonna let that dry. We'll have to do a second coat. The red ball, I have done the second coat on both sides, so that just needs to dry. The yellow beak cone, I just did a second coat, but I think it does need a third coat. And then the styrofoam rings, I did a little bit of the back side, but I think I will do a little bit of the front side once that dries. This is the idea, to use my bucket hat for the bowler hat for Mr. Rime. I cut out 2 wings, and then for stability I added poster board paper onto the other side too, so it's kind of got this attachment piece. And yeah, I just used black poster board. So I'm gonna try and attach this onto my hat. This is not meant to be permanent, so let's see if that'll stick though. It looks so sketchy. Okay, so I put one on. Not bad, I would say. If you look too close, it's kind of sketchy, but. Yeah, did any of you guys play Pokemon growing up or still play Pokemon? If so, please let me know which Pokemon is your game, because mine is, my first Pokemon game was Emerald, Pokemon Emerald, that was on Game Boy. And then I played Pokemon Pearl on DS, but Pokemon Emerald, I think I played like 2 times through. And I did a lot of the post-game stuff, so I think I played like over 200 hours or something like that. But Pokemon Pearl, I did not play nearly as much. And then my Pokemon career kind of ended. Oh, except I did play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. That one was super fun. And yeah, like the Pokemon I'm making outfits for, I honestly did not even know about these Pokemon until this past year. So, but yeah, they're pretty great. So this is bucket hat version, and then sophisticated version. Okay, I think part of the problem is these look more like antlers than the wings. I feel like I should have made the angle go up more, but I don't know, I might just keep it. So let's see if anything has dried. That still looks a little wet. That's pretty good. The goal is today getting all the painting done so that tomorrow, or when I do finish this video, I can just put together the outfits. And you know, I'll probably have to do more of the paper stuff for Sirfetch'd and making his shield and sword, but hopefully no painting. I would love to finish this yellow cone so that I can do my orange pieces. Whoops. And then I think the last thing I'm gonna tackle today is just seeing if I can make the fake eyes of Bellibolt. I took one of these smaller styrofoam balls and I took it to the Edward shop to see if he can cut it in half so that I can do half. And then I'll try and paint on the eyes. Whoa!
It's a little mangled because the knife wasn't long enough.
Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And then after it dries, I'll do the yellow border of the eyes. So Bellibolt has a bigger yellow middle, so I'm thinking I'm gonna paint this ring yellow. So I'm gonna take some white first and go on top of the gray. I think I can do the yellow for the eye, so oof, oof, oof. Oh, my back hurts. I'm ready for a break very soon. Okay, that looks a lot better. Okay, so this definitely needed more time to dry, but because I started, I gotta keep going, you know? It's like, I'm locked in. Oh no. Dang, Robert. Okay. Alrighty, so I think I did most of the painting today, if not all. If I miss something, I'll just do it the next time I'm back at it. So we will come back to this. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. Alrighty, so it's the next day and there's still a lot to do. Everything has dried nicely. So I'm gonna start with Mr. Rime. I did cut out a little mustache and I think the idea is I'm just gonna stick this right onto my nose. And then in terms of his little gloves, I will open up this. Okay, well, let's just see. So I'm gonna use this blazer. So there's the 2 yellow buttons. I think I'll just kind of take them on now. And then I can always move it later. So a trusty tape. See that. All right, and then the cane. So, oh boy, they're like boots. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, I think these will work well. And they do have nice rubber on the bottom. Just gonna go through and take out all the light blue. Okay, so for this cane, I was thinking of using an old tripod I have because it's got this little part which I could hold. Thinking I just kind of wrap it and tape it. Perfect. And I'll just keep going. So thankfully he's an ice type Pokemon and his cane is kind of like crooked. It kind of looks like ice, so that's my excuse for this looking kind of wrinkly and crinkly. Okay, so the angled parts were a little bit too difficult to do. So anyways, this is my little cane right now. Okay, so I think I'm done my cane, and if you look close or even from far, it looks pretty sketchy. But I think for my purposes and the low budgetness of this all, this will work just fine. For Sirfetch'd, I have my big white hoodie. It's really big and I love it. So I just need to add his little tufts of feathers on the head. And then I do have these white sweatpants, so I'm gonna wear those. I got these. A little funkier than Sirfetch'd's real feet, but alas, that is what we're working with. So for the tufts, I am just gonna use, oh actually, I have some of the scraps from yesterday. Okay, so I just taped the tufts all together and then I'm just gonna secure them. All right, so there's the attachment pieces and then I'm just gonna do it right on the top of the hoodie with some tape. So there is the top. Then what we gotta do his eyebrows, which I have this convenient, nice piece. Okay, so I just cut some eyebrows. Something like that. I'll leave that to the side. And then, biggest thing for this guy is gonna be the sword and the shield. So, the nice thing about the sword is, unlike the cane, I actually have more of a little something to work with. The shield I will just have to make. Start with this. Oh, it's still sliding. Let's see. Okay, I think it's coming along. All this beige I need to put on the end bulb. Nice. And then I just need the okay, maybe I'll just do the 3. So this is the sword. Definitely a lot sturdier than the cane. Okay. I think I'll just draw the shield on and then cut it and then add the light green parts. So here's to hoping things will go well. Okay, so I forgot to start recording again, but this is the shield. You can see I added some old tissue box and paper thing to the back just to give it a bit of structural integrity, and then I added this handle, so now it kind of folds up more. And then with the sword, and then I was just finishing up Bellibolt, so I added his face and the orange thing on his head and the fake eyes to the hood, and then to the sides I put the orange things, and now I just have to do his belly. So I think I'll just go for it and put it on. Okay, so the last thing is I think I will just hot glue this onto the belly. And then we might be done the crafting part, and then it's just putting on the outfits. So I'll see you with the finished outfits. Mr. Rime! Woo! Yep. Sure. True. I'm Sirfetch'd. Reporting for duty. Yep.
Is that the sound he makes?
I don't know what sound he makes.
Bellibolt.
Oh, he does have like electric. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!